What's going on, Star Citizen fans? It's your boy Raptor Spiritus, and I am back with another one. As you can see, right here I have the RSI Perseus. Now, this was an interesting buy for me because in most of my videos you'll see me or hear me talk about not buying ships that are too big, that require a huge amount of crew to actually man and actually get the most out of that ship. So of course you guys are going to say, yes, this is a multi-crew ship. Yes, I know. But this ship actually is manageable with a crew minimum of 3 and a maximum of 7. 1 captain, 6 crew. Now, as you know, all my ships usually will have a specific paint scheme that I like better than the rest to give it its own little character. And like the name, I'm probably gonna butcher it, Anathema. It means the cursed, the dislike. I liked that darker theme. So with this paint, I forget what the name is, but this one was actually inspired by the Rocinante from The Expanse. That dark gray, light gray, reds, has a touch of blue, but I like that really dark feel. So back to the reason why I got this ship. Really, I wanted something that is combat related, that I could crew with a minimum crew if necessary, and still enjoy playing without having to overdo it. And it would fit the org's purpose really, as we only have about 5 people that typically are playing, and that's hopefully if we're on at one time. With this ship, we could literally do some good work. Now, I have other org mates that have the Polaris, but they're thinking about getting rid of it. And another org mate has the I think it's the Anvil Paladin. With that one only needs really a crew of 2 to really function. Obviously, when engineering comes in, it's going to be a little bit of a different story. But for right now, if we wanted to do a full org like combat scenario, just of course battling AI, nothing too crazy, we could do 3 on this ship and then 2 on the Paladin and do some really good work. Again, I say this ship is the most logical as far as it's not a capital ship really, it's not even the sub-capital ship, it's a little bit smaller, but because of its armaments, it's kind of in that sub-capital range. And I'm gonna tell you, this ship is freaking awesome. So I just came up on the main cargo ramp. I want to say you can do a little more than 50 SCU. I think it's like between 50 and 90 if I'm not mistaken. I haven't looked at the stats, but it's got decent cargo for what it is. I can fit a rover on here, which, you know, since there's no medical bed on the ship, that would make sense. And funny enough, here's a cute little additive on the ship. So I'm here trying to figure this out because I was actually looking for where the button was to activate this particular thing. So I'm toggling around. For a minute I was doing a bunch of switches trying to find it, but then I happened to just stumble upon it over here. But there it is. You see that in the distance? A basketball court, and it lights up with lights that have the lines for a basketball court. So a crew could actually do a little bit of leisure when they're on this ship for a decent amount of time. Now, I love the little things, right guys? These aesthetics really make these ships so much fun to have around. Yes, I can't play basketball currently right now. As you will see later, also in some ships you'll see that they have a pool table. You can't use it quite yet, but eventually you'll be able to. And when people actually are spending more time in the game, you'll get a little bit of use out of them. But obviously it's not here, but again, I just like the detail. CIG really tries to do certain ships with kind of a what if it were real type of flair. They make it functional, and it's believable if it was possible to make interstellar ships. I like these little additives. So moving on to the ship's different specs. Again, I don't have the sheet in front of me. I don't know exactly what all the size components have, but the one thing I did want to note is that in the back there is a main engineering room. Now the rooms that I'm going through currently right now, that's the forward main gun. This is torpedo area, and a person in this area I did notice can shoot people from behind, so it'll shoot torpedoes forward just like on the Expanse, and then the torpedoes will turn around and go back behind the ship and blow up targets behind the ship, which I think is super cool. But the main thing I was trying to get at is that engineering has one area and one set of the components, but then the other set of components are in another portion of the ship. It creates redundancy, so not all your components are getting blasted in one spot, which is amazing. Here we have the dining area, and I guess you could call it the rec area. There's the pool table, the regular table to eat, where you get chow. This area is a nice common place. This is a little refrigerator area. You can stock it full of food and everything before you go out on your trips. And then of course across from that is the crew's bunk area. 6 beds, 1 bathroom, and then the other door to the right, which we'll see in just a second right here, is basically for your weapons and armor per each I don't want to say recruit, but I would say the crew. Sorry, I was losing my mind. Yep, all those for weapons. But yeah, so it's a nice little space for the crew. Now, what I like about these ships is the separation between the captain and the crew. So as we're going up here, this is the ladder that'll go from top to bottom, which I think it's great because in a combat scenario, really you can't wait on the elevator to get up and down whenever things are getting hot. So I like that they have an elevator and the ladder side by side, so where everyone's not being crowded. Those are escape pods, and here is the captain's quarters. Got a suit locker, bathroom, the beds to the left. It's really nice. My own little gun ordnance area, and the chair, of course. Now with this one, it's really cool. They got a cool feature. If you look on that screen, turn the chair around, will look outside the door. And then just like on Star Trek, you can hit the button and let them into your quarters. That is a super, see again, it's the little things that CIG does that really gives these ships that realism. It makes them real, it gives them character. Like I said, there's a suit locker, and then I have like a little sitting bench for when anyone comes in, and a bunch of shelves to decorate. More escape pods. And I love this right here. To the left right there is the door to the outside. Now down in the main hold where the cargo is, there's doors on either side for the docking rings. There's one on each side, and this is a door that goes to this side area, like a little balcony area on the side of the ship. This is super freaking cool. Again, the detail, and that's a heavy door too. If you look at it, it's a really cool door. As part of escape pods, and the escape pods become actualized, that's what you'll be jettisoning out of. And then of course we're going to go to the bridge. And now, and one thing I've also noticed, what CIG have done, those are more weapons lockers. They have added this, which is the little door that covers the fuses. I know Cameron and a bunch of people were saying a lot of ships have the fuses that are just wide open, but here they actually have doors on it. So they've heard the community, which I would think that would make sense to put access panels around, over the fuse boxes that could totally cripple your ship. So I love the fact that they now have doors that go for them. Super cool. And now we're going to check out the lovely engine sounds that they just keep excelling at to make each ship different in Star Citizen. So let's take a listen to this lovely sound. That is wonderful. This ship is really cool. Well, that's all I got today. As always, you guys, it's your boy Raptor Spiritus. Please like and comment. Tell me if you like the Perseus. Tell me what your thoughts about owning it as a solo player. You know, just start a conversation, you know, and share my content. I always appreciate you guys. You guys are the best community out there, and I do this for you guys. So it's your boy Raptor Spiritus. You guys stay safe out there, and I will see you in the verse.